What is going on, YouTube? Tis I, that guy named Jay, checking in once more on this beautiful day. We are still on the way up to Minneapolis. It's not too long ago after I just finished the one video. I figured I might as well start another. You know, it's so funny, man, because I be reading these comments, man. I'll never respond to all of them, but I be reading, not all of them, but most of them. And I seen one guy was like how I came OTR to go and vlog full time or some shit like that. Like, dude, really? Like, it's obvious that OTR drivers just so happen to have more time. Like, cats be reaching, man. Like, that shit's funny. But anyways, so I can't remember. So much has happened in the last couple of days. I can't remember if I told you guys my plans. Well, I don't know if I went in detail about my plans. I kind of breezed over it, I feel like, but I don't think I went into a specific detail as to what I'm about to do. Short term, of course. Still working on the long term stuff, and the mid long term, but short term, I'm staying out this go around until December the 24th. I do believe I told you guys the date, but I don't think I told you how long that was. That is, I want to say 10.5 weeks, if I did the math correctly. If I want to count, you can count it. I came out on this last Tuesday, which I caught the flight on the last Tuesday, which I think was like the 9th, if I'm not mistaken. So the 9th of October is when I left home, and I'm not going to be home until the schedule is December the 24th. Okay, now December the 24th from October the 9th, it's 2.5 months, but I think it's like closer to like 10.5 weeks to be specific, maybe 10 and 3/4 or some shit like that. But reason for that is pretty simple, without going into too much detail. One that fits my situation. That's as far as I'll go there. But I want to stack money, man. I want to stack money, period. You know, it's no different than when I took my family to Myrtle Beach. I stayed out, I want to say, for like 3 months in a week. I think it was like I stayed from like the beginning of April until the middle of June. So April, May, June, yeah, it was a while. I think it was like 13 weeks. And I was able to save a great deal of money at that point, and I went home, and unfortunately I spent it all, as well as I was spending it while I was on the road. You know, that's when I was training, and we was going to casinos. Shout out to my man Trey for putting me on to the casinos. I was going to casinos and staying up in hotels every time we got shut down because of the winter storms and all that stuff. I was just spending money like, you know what I mean, like dumb money. Like, you could tell that I had never had that type of money, or at least had access to it anyways. So yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do by staying out this long. I want to save a great deal of money. I have some things that I have to do by the end of the year, help some family members out. The goal is to go home for 18 days. The reason I say the goal is to do that is because I was having a conversation with D-Raj, and it was just like, we was talking like, man, 18 days is a long time to sit around and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a week short of a month. Like, you know what I mean? Think about it. It's only like 28 days in February, and I'm gonna go home for 18. The reason I decided to do 18 days though is because I wanted to be there for Christmas for my son. I wanted to be there for New Year's, and I wanted to be for my son's birthday. My entire trucking career up until this point, which is almost 3 years, I've missed Christmas, I've missed New Year's, and I've always missed my son's birthday. The 2.5 years I've been out here, so that's 2 times. I missed his first Christmas, and I missed his, matter of fact, now I'm really thinking. The only Christmas, hold on, let me think. He's about to turn 4. So when he was born in January that year, I was present. The only Christmas I was present for him was right before he turned 1. So he don't remember that shit, you know what I'm saying? But every Christmas that he remembers, I was never there. And so I don't want to miss any more Christmases. And I'm in a position with this situation to where I can be home. I've already, been approved. The guy that owns this truck is real lenient, man, real cool dude. And he was like, look, man, as long as, you go out for the allotted time, you can go home for that time. You know what I'm saying? He's very cool with the home time. You stay out for 2 weeks, you can go home for 3 days. You stay out for 3 weeks, you can go home for 5 days. If you stay out for 4 weeks, you can go home for a whole 7 days. You know what I mean? So I automatically started getting the wheels turning, and I was like, well, really, there ain't really nothing that I want to be home for in October and November. And the only thing in December, like I say, is Christmas and them holidays. Plus, it slows down that time of the year anyways, around the holidays, so might as well be home. You know what I'm saying? But after that, I have to decide whether or not I'm going to start staying out for either a month at a time or 3 weeks, or am I going to do more 2-week tours? It just depends, man. It depends on how my situation changes at home, or if it doesn't change, then maybe I'll continue to do the 2 weeks at a time. You know what I mean? Because again, as much as I've been putting it off, my short-term goal is to pay off my debt. I'm close. I've come a long way. I've come a real long way from, when I first started. And it's just like I'm so close to it, man. Yeah, I would love to automatically start saving for a truck. But I just want to do this right. Do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? As some people would say. And I feel like the right way for me to go into ownership is to pay off my debt. My personal debt, that is. Now, once that is done, maybe I'll start trying to build up the good debt, as people call it, as far as credit. I'll start working on, my credit cards and, loans and business loans and things to that nature. Maybe, we'll see. But I feel like with the situation that I'm in right now, the money that I can make right now, you're looking at, the numbers I was given was $17 to $19.50. So from $17 to $2,000 a week is what I have the potential of making right now. That's my potential. I can't say that's what I'm making because I haven't yet experienced any paychecks, any settlements as I go further along into this venture. Let me rephrase. That's what my business will make, because I am getting my LLC popping. So that's what the business will make. That ain't coming to Jamar Holland. I got to put that out for specific reasons. Those who know why I got to do that. But my business can make that. The LLC. Me personally, I don't make shit, man. I make about $50 a week. You know what I'm saying? I'm water fasting, so all I need is water, dog. That about $10, $15 a week. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is business, baby. Like, you ain't even about to play them games. You know what I mean? But nah, all jokes to the left. So it's just like with the business making that type of money, it's really no rush to like hurry up and get a truck, and you know what I'm saying? I make good enough money, and as long as I budget it correctly and spend enough business wise to get a good tax write-offs and things to that nature, blah 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 blah, I can take my time with getting my truck. I can even do it to the point where once I do get my truck, my shit can take the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of cats out here who get in a truck and they get their first truck, and it's like 3 years before they get their second truck. And then you got cats who get in their first truck, and within fucking 3 years, they got like 5 trucks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be more so to that than the cats who got in the truck and ain't doing shit with it, struggling with it. You know what I mean? No shots, just facts. So that's what it is, man. That's how long I'm staying out. We grinding. My living expenses is very, very minimal. Even with the money that I'm going to be sending home, it's very, 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 very minimal. Is my living expenses so minimum to where so minimum to the point where it's just like I could save a lot of money. Let's just put it that way. My business can save a lot of money. So we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna stay consistent. We're gonna run this road, and we're just gonna keep going, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I've done a lot of talking about this, about that, about this, about that, but it's about time. Like, I'm actually starting to put action into the things that I've been talking about, and hopefully you guys will stick around to watch that as it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I started with some of the debts and the Dave Ramsey plan and all that thing and all that, but it kind of tapered off with, you know, me being local and just dealing with everything that you got to deal with being local and making a limited amount of money and having expenses and things of that nature. But so yeah, man, we just gonna see how it go. That's all we can do at this point. See how it go, and hope for the best. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing else you can do. So, but as always, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. God Family Trucking. We gone.